This week on Coffin, Fodder, settle in for maybe the worst time anyone's ever had in a horror movie. We are talking the French extreme film Martyrs.
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
I like to dissect girls.
This is God.
We have such sights to show you.
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
I see dead red.
Even in hell. Oh, yes. Oh, no tears, please.
They're here.
Here's Johnny.
Hello and welcome to Coffin, Fodder, episode 35. I am your fancy host, Mike Orby, and I'm joined by a man eagerly awaiting the bliss of death.
That's me. That is me.
Mr. Kyle Nippleborough. Hey. And, of course, another man, a dude who's no started pissing in a bucket, is Craig Silser.
I do it every day. Do it every day. Here he apps.
And, yeah, we are here to talk about the feel-bad movie of the year. 2008 feel-bad movie of the year, Pascal Laugier's Martyrs. And this is like, I don't know how far you guys went into the French extreme thing when that was like happening,
Not very far.
but this is one of the biggest French extreme movies.
Oh, yeah?
Another well-known one is High Tension.
Okay. Oh, I've seen High Tension.
Inside is also considered a French extreme, I think. I don't know if you've ever seen Inside.
No.
It's not where like the psycho chick is attacking the pregnant girl. She wants to cut her baby out and take it.
Sweet.
That's a future episode for sure. That's all
I want to watch that.
It's fucking awesome. But again, like this, it's very fucking horrible and dark.
Okay.
Very fucked up movie.
Fun.
But yeah, Martyrs. So this is a movie that follows Anna and Lucy. So Anna escapes from this warehouse or whatever as a kid, and that's the opening in the movie.
Yeah.
And she's running weird, which is a good detail because her legs have atrophied from being there for so long, right?
Yes.
So they set the tone very early on that something happened to her for real. Mm-hmm. But they smartly kind of suggest that she's kind of loony to kind of toy with your expectations.
Right. She comes out looking pretty fucked up, though, right? Or at least disheveled. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got blood running down her leg. She's got sort of a black eye. Bit slapped around, and they make a point of saying that she was not raped or sexually assaulted.
Yes, that's not what the movie's about. Yeah.
Which is I think good because I think if that was going into this,
It's too far.
I sort of don't think it would work in terms of them trying to sell what the point of this group is and what they do.
It was talked about before where it's like you get too far down the...
Gratuitous.
Yeah, that's the one, gratuitous. And then you lose the message, and I think that's a good line to draw. This movie doesn't need sexual assault. It does enough on its own.
For the mission purposes of this group,
Yeah.
there's no reason for sexual assault.
No.
Because they're not looking for gratification, they're looking for answers.
And I guess that's sort of to justify that this movie goes really far into what it's doing, but it does have a purpose. It's not just about showing nasty shit happening.
And that to me is the point. As we were talking about in the What Counts as Horrors and so on episode, is Martyrs is a very extreme, very nasty movie, but I think it has something to say.
Yeah, it's pertinent to the message it's trying to get across. Yeah.
Yeah, so then we get sort of a vignette sort of her and Anna making friends. They grow up in a troubled children's home kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was an orphanage. Either way.
Psychiatric, hospital or orphanage or troubled kids. Either way, all the kids who are there seem to be troubled.
Yeah.
In some way. But that's how they meet, and then that takes us to the modern day where what's her name? Lucy has seen a newspaper article about the kid. There's that family, right? The main family who we meet.
Yep.
And one of their kids has won a swim competition.
Right, the swimming competition. That's right. Yep.
So that's what it gets into the paper. And then Anna recognizes, though, and says, those are the people who tortured me.
Yeah.
And again, that's where we tie it to the thing where she's not necessarily reliable. Mm-hmm. Anna keeps asking Lucy, are you sure it's them?
Right.
Are you sure it's them? And she's very sure. But yeah, this movie starts with a fucking nasty like that. This is like the first 10 minutes. We have like a family annihilation.
Yeah, the first fucking 10 minutes of this movie. I thought that was going to be the climax. Just like, I know that we just, like, the movie just starts, but like, I thought it was going to be like a journey to get to that.
When you start with that, you know you're going somewhere deep. Yeah, because that's nasty shit.
Yeah, and right down to
Kids.
she murders both kids.
In the back, doesn't matter, right? Just no mercy, no remorse.
Yeah, it's the little girl one is certainly the most unpleasant.
Yes.
Because the little girl runs upstairs and hides under the bed, and then she aims through the bed and shoots at her. The little girl screams and crawls out, and she shoots her.
And shoots her down. Yeah, very cold-blooded.
It's nasty, yeah. But then, of course, we see also that her emotions over it. That she's weeping after, screaming and stuff. Because I don't know, it's like, it's a really interesting, her character is really interesting because they kind of use her as a vessel to put almost like a slasher villain in the movie.
A little bit.
Because there was like that thing that follows her around.
Well, there's Yeah, it's a misdirect, right? And so there's this monster following around attacking her, which you could take as being a mental thing. I mean, which it is, because it's clearly it's not.
Yeah, nobody's there.
Nobody else sees it, and it's even revealed that it's a figment of her mind. But it's very much it could be guilt, it could be her depression, it could be thoughts of suicide. It's very much a mental thing that's attacking her, just to the extreme, right?
It seems to be mainly guilt, as you mentioned, because she remembers that when she escaped as a kid,
Exactly.
she saw someone who was worse off than her.
Yeah.
Who asked her to free her, and she said she ran.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring it up, but you're right. That's not a spoiler. This is all in like the first 20 fucking minutes of the movie that it shows all this stuff, right?
Yeah, it does. I mean, that's part of what makes this movie so interesting. As I mentioned to you guys when I suggested this movie, it kind of feels like it's two movies.
I would almost say it feels like it's three movies. I feel like it misdirects you twice before it gets where
I was going to say that too. Yeah, it does misdirect you. And like, I thought it was going to be a monster movie just from the beginning, and then it turns out it's not.
Yeah.
I very much assumed that this movie would be whether she kills them or not, whether she kills all of them or not. Are they going to get away with it?
Yeah, that's the second part is because very quickly they're dead, and then it's a matter of, okay, Anna's trying to help Lucy cover her tracks and clean up the bodies.
Man,
Right? Which is
the ultimate supportive girlfriend.
Right.
Holy shit. I was like, I was watching that when she's dragging the bodies out and burying them and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, babe, I'm really not feeling your vibe today.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm trying to be supportive, but
This ain't really my thing.
yeah.
So I thought that's where it was gonna stay.
Yeah.
As maybe them locked up in this house, and then they're trying to evade the cops, or remain not under suspicion, and then they were gonna dive into Lucy's mental illnesses.
Yeah.
But it wrapped that up relatively quick too.
Yeah, and then we get very quickly to the point where, because Lucy keeps being attacked by this thing, which is clearly a figment of her imagination. The whole point of this, why she killed them all, is she thought this would make the creature leave her alone.
Yeah, because she's tortured by the vision of the girl she'd left behind and abandoned.
So if she gets revenge and kills their whole family, this should be that'll do it. That should do it.
Say that'll do it. When that should satisfy my guilt. Yeah.
When the entity's like chasing her around, she puts her hand in the mother's blood,
Right.
and it's like, I killed them.
Yeah.
I killed them.
Yep.
Look, it's they're dead. They're dead. And,
Like, leave me alone.
yeah,
Done with
and that's
this.
where I thought it was like gonna be like some sort of entity monster movie.
I was very surprised because that when you read the description of what the movie's about, it doesn't mention like any creatures or anything. So when that thing first popped up, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then you're like, oh, it's just a figment of her imagination. This is what she is experiencing when she self-harms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I mean, you could talk just about that part of the movie for quite a while. Just the dark demon haunting her is just her self-harming herself, right?
Yeah,
and
thinking about her guilt and then killing herself essentially is what.
Yeah, and the idea that she's not really in control of those actions. It's the dark entity in her mind that's doing the harm rather than her, right?
It reminds me of Mystic River, where Tim Robbins has that speech where he says, "It's like vampires. Once it's in you, you never get it out."
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Vampires and werewolves, they bite you, and then you turn into a blonde-hearted forever, no matter what. no matter how good you try to be or whatever.
Right, and that's still in you regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're sort of doing a similar thing here where it's like the trauma of what she experienced, she's fucked for life.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that she's now escaped and out. She's still carrying it with her.
Yeah, she's at 25 now or 22 and she's still...
And because of what she's carrying her with her, she's going to do damage to others and herself.
So when they show the internal demon creature like actually like slashing her back early on in the movie with the razor blade, I was like, that's when I thought maybe that there is something following her, and then it turns out, yeah, she's just hurting herself. But the way she has it on her back, she had to like either dig into a wall and like slash up or something. And you would have shit on me.
You would have... I mean, if you've ever reached for a really hard to itch spot on your back, that's Mexico shoots tomatoes, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that leads us to the point where things take their next big turn, and it's her suicide.
Mm-hmm.
She very, very intensely and very violently cuts her arms from wrist to elbow, essentially.
Man, it looked like it was almost like fucking shoulder, like all the way down.
Yeah, it's a giant. Yeah, it's
All the way down.
reminded me of that Lords of Chaos movie.
I was gonna bring that up too.
Because that's how he cuts his wrists too. He cuts the entire vein all the way up the entire arm.
Yeah.
Which is like next level.
Yeah, that's like you're committed.
I was gonna bring up, I'd only seen two films that have that same thing. It was Dead and Lords of Chaos and this movie. I've never seen someone completely cut their arms and then their neck.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, so that takes the character who appears to be our main character is now out of the movie.
Right. Yeah, is that like 45 minutes, Eric?
It's somewhere between the half hour to 40-minute mark. Like it's about halfway.
Because this movie is only an hour 36 or something.
Yeah, it's not very
total runtime.
But boy, does it pack it.
Yeah.
Christ, man. And I think I mentioned this before, but this was one of those movies that I paused and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this.
Really?
Yeah, this was one of those. The scene, I'll tell you the exact scene, is when they find the girl who's in the secret basement. This is where I guess what's the next thing we're basically doing anyway.
Yeah.
It's her finding evidence that it's true.
Yeah, so Lucy is dead at this point.
Yeah. Lucy wasn't crazy because she hears a noise and then she finds a secret door and a ladder that goes downstairs.
To a deep dark, I wanted to say sex dungeon, and then I felt wrong making a joke about this movie because it's too dark, man.
Fuck.
No, there's not a lot of fun happening.
No. This is one of those. Another movie I mentioned that I had that experience with Should I Turn This Off was Devil's Rejects. But at least Devil's Rejects has humor.
Yeah, it's
To diffuse some of like the horrible tension.
yeah.
And this movie, there's no humor.
Crunch.
There's no fucking laughs to be had. No good times, no nothing. It's just awful.
Yeah, full time for everyone.
Can I say something that's really fucking messed up? So when Lucy, when the family we first introduced to the family, the mother is outside digging a well or something with the pipe,
The sewage stuff, yeah.
and the dad's talking to the kids, and the mom comes in and she goes with a fucking mouse and she's shaking it over the kids' food. It was like, and then Lucy pops in with a shotgun and just blows them away. I was like, that's funny as shit to me. You can tell the parents are pieces of shit, and that's I had a chuckle.
Yeah.
Because the way Lucy terminated is this like,
Yeah.
Well, it's the classic fucking open the door, boof.
Yeah.
Blast it across the room with the shotgun. Absolutely. And the fact, like, part of what makes that so horrifying is it's a double barrel shotgun. It doesn't hold multiple bullets. Like some shotguns, you can have 6 or 8 or 10 in the chamber.
It's a fighting go for.
But she actually has to manually reload after every second shot.
Yeah.
So there's this horrible moment between her killing one person and the other where she pops it open and has to put the next shells in and then reclose it and then try to catch up with them. It's so methodical.
It is, and it adds that extra layer of not premeditation, but I guess meditation, maybe for lack of a better word. But she's committed to the idea that she's killing this whole family, even to the point where it's not an act of quick aggression where she can pull a trigger 4 times. She has to stop, take a minute, reload, close it up, realign, and then kill again. And there's enough pause in there where it's like, if this was just a quick act of something, maybe she should have come to her senses, but it's not. She's methodical, like you said, calculated. She's doing this very much on purpose and with reason.
Okay, Lucy, yeah, because after she's committed the murders, Lucy calls her and asks her for help, essentially. And Lucy's in love with Anna. Yeah. And so she's basically, I'll do whatever you want. And Anna, notice me, senpai. Yeah. It is very much the vibe there. But yeah, after Anna is dead, that's where
Other way around.
Okay, so Anna's the main character. Okay.
So yeah.
Anna's the one that finds the deep dark dungeon.
Right, so Anna gets a call from Lucy, and she goes to the house to help her friend, not really knowing what she's walking into. Right, essentially. And then after Lucy's suicide, she hears the noise from the basement, goes down, and finds the girl. And this was the moment, as I alluded to earlier, this was the moment where I paused it, was like, I don't know if I want to finish this movie, man. It's when the specific scene is she takes her upstairs and starts cleaning her up, kind of nursing her, and then puts her in the bathtub and starts popping the staples out of her head to get the helmet off.
That was a scene.
That was the scene where I paused it. I paused it. I'm like, I'm only halfway through this movie. It's like, good fucking lord, Ruthie. This is one of the most horrific things I've ever seen.
It was fucking amazing.
So I don't know if you guys noticed, but that same girl with the metal,
The bracket face.
or like the chastity belt, that was the same girl that Lucy
I thought
walked past. It's this exact same actress. I looked up after I was done watching it because I couldn't tell if it was two different people, but how old the person looked compared to how they were in the...
I thought this was the first time I had that thought. I think I've seen this movie like 5 times.
I sort of assumed it was two different people.
And this is the first time where I was like, oh, I wonder if that's exactly the same girl. And she's been there getting tortured for all these years, 20 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, my God.
Not to jump ahead too much, but the madame says we used to have more cruel ways of getting things done. Now we're more organized. And they probably took her after Lucy escaped. They probably took the other female from that warehouse to the house that they have with the underground mucker.
It's so weird because you have to imagine these people hanging out with their kids, eating breakfast, doing whatever, and then dad just, I'm gonna head out for a bit. He goes downstairs and just beats the shit out of a chick for a bit, empties her piss, feeds her some gruel, and then comes back upstairs.
Feeds her the gabagool.
Did you guys notice that the blonde girl that's spearing the gabagool, she almost looked like the woman that Lucy killed in the beginning?
A little bit, but I think that's just
I think
pants.
Yeah, I because they didn't show her face.
No.
And I think until like the end of the movie, but like from the back, like the hair and like the body type.
See, in the end, this is another movie where I think when they leave it open at the end, I think it serves the movie.
Yeah.
Because I think if you knew what she said at the end, then that would ruin the point of the movie.
Well, I don't know. I was a little ticked off, but
Okay, well we'll get back to that when we get to the end. We'll come back to that anyway. Because I'm curious. There's a couple different ways to read it. Obviously.
there is. Yeah. I think that's where most of the discussion will be.
Yeah. So she brings that girl upstairs. The girl has she has a metal chastity belt stuck to her body, which presumably she has to piss and shit around to get her bodily fluids out.
Yeah.
And then also they've stapled this sort of metal eye blocking helmet to her head.
Yeah.
With industrial staples going through like 5 or 6 different spots, and that's what Anna's pulling out.
Yeah.
When she's trying to get the helmet off her, and to make it even more cruel and nasty, it turns out it was totally for nothing because the people from the cult come or the group or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And the first thing they do is just shoot her at
the fucking shooter. Yeah. So instantly. Oh, she was attacking Anna by that point, I think, because she's freaking out. She's carving herself up with a knife, right?
Yeah.
They happened to come in and shoot her right as I believe she was freaking out at Anna.
Yeah, I think she also starts trying to commit suicide.
Right.
They explained that she was seeing roaches, or roaches were crawling all over her body, or that's why she's trying inside her skin. That's why she's like carving her skin instead of
And it's like it's so quick. They walk in, shoot her, grab Anna, and off they go.
Yeah, and I think that's where we get to our second half of the movie, or third,
However you want to look.
because you could look at it as, yeah, like the first bit is the revenge, and then the second bit starts with her finding the girl in the basement.
That's kind of where I was. With
And then say the third part starts after that girl's dead, and now Anna is the victim.
Yeah. Drag her down to the dungeon, lock her up, and then she gets to find out what the other gals went through.
This is one of the most cruel movies I've ever seen, I think.
See, I mean, it was hyped up to me as such. I didn't find it maybe as bad. I don't know. Some of the beatings later were a little rough, but you see other shit. Like, there's other fucking torture porn out there that...
I was gonna say for like a more realistic
Yeah.
beatings, they like it's pretty fucked up. But like Kyle said, we both seen like really gross stuff. Like Hostel has some pretty nasty stuff.
But comparing this to Hostel,
No, that'll be 50 different things. Yeah, that's torture porn. I'm just it's like torture.
and this is like, the Hostel's kind of doing it almost like salaciously.
It's almost like it's so over the top where you're just like, okay, I know I'm watching a movie. Cruel. Yeah, this is like prison torture.
Like it's like what you would expect to happen in like Abu Ghraib or something. It's worse because I don't think they peel anyone's skin off.
That's sort of where it got to for me. Is like, good lord.
Yeah, I think that was like a test. Pascal Laugier was he's probably trying to think of what's the most cruel fate I can exhibit on this girl to have her finally, presumably, move to this next level.
Yeah.
Which I guess we might as well jump to what this group is about.
Yeah, that's what we need to get to for sure.
So yeah, this is a group of people who fear their inevitable death, essentially, and are hoping that they can prove that there's an afterlife by pushing somebody to the point. And they showed those pictures are real, by the way.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
Really?
Oh, I didn't know that. Those are all real. Those are all real pictures.
Pictures of people dying.
Those horribly unpleasant pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where this is basically where the madam gets introduced.
Yeah, it is.
And she says, look in her eyes, and she keeps pointing at all the different pictures they have in the basement, and she says, see, she's gone. Mm-hmm. She's still alive, but she's gone.
Yeah, and they're all looking up, right?
Yeah, the idea is that if you put a certain kind of person through enough pain, they will be able to see the next world.
Yeah, they're trying to kill someone but keep them alive. They're literally trying to make people dead inside, enough to the point where they are seeing into the afterlife.
Yeah, they've completely lost hope.
They'd let go of
any joy or happiness or hope
and get let go of being alive. Yeah. Yeah, lost the will to live, quite literally. That's where the movie gets into its deeper message.
Yeah, and I think it's an interesting and I think now I think it's maybe even more interesting today than it was when it came out. Because I think we talk a lot about how the previous generation fucked us, and that's basically what this is almost like a metaphor for that, where they're willing to sacrifice young people.
Yeah.
Like when you meet the full group at the end, it's a lot of old people.
Yeah, you're 100%. That's where I was thinking, like, oh yeah, you're onto something there. It's all, and I don't think it's on purpose that it's white people, but it's all old people. It's all old people who seem to be wealthy, well off, rich, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and so it's like all these like sad old white people who want to know that when they die they get to keep living or when it'll be okay, and they're not willing to sacrifice anything themselves.
Of course not.
They're only willing to sacrifice other people, young people who haven't had the chance to live a full life and get out like that.
Yeah. So what Mike and Kyle are telling the podcast is they're gearing me up to take my skin off. Well, yeah, I'm the young one and they're old.
I need you to do the work for me and tell me where I'm going when I die. And to do that, I'm going to brutally torture you.
Start with the butt.
Yeah, start with the butt.
Hell yeah.
No sex stuff, though. Just cutting the cheeks off.
We're just cutting the cheeks. No, that's Mike's rules. Mike's rules, not mine.
Dealer's choice. Yeah. Right, so yeah, this is like, I mean, this movie's already pitch black, but this is the darkest part of the movie now, is Anna has been restrained and is being basically ritualistically beaten.
Yeah, that's the part where it's like, that to me was worse than some of the gorier stuff. It's just, this dude's beating the shit.
He's so big and she's so little.
Yeah. Like, it's brutal to watch.
Yeah, so he's beating the ever-loving shit out of her.
And just constantly.
And then force feeds her gruel.
Yep.
Lets her piss her shit in the bucket.
Yep.
And then that's a scene that kind of is given a lot of weight, is the scene where she has to piss in the bucket for the first time.
Yeah, it is. To me, I mean, that seems like just a regular day in the office. But
Yeah, I think maybe considering what we've been talking about, maybe that's to show her letting go.
well,
Starting to let go of hope or whatever.
it's more like debasing her humanity, right? I mean, same as and stripping her of her sense of self. They cut her hair, they fuck up her beauty, right? They cut her, they beat her, they remove that ego, that sense of self.
Yeah, which is, of course, they reference many historical atrocities, and naturally the Nazis did the same thing.
Yeah.
You dehumanize them by taking their hair, take away, and everybody wears the same clothes, and
Because
it's how you dehumanize these people. They make them other.
well, and it's like we hang on to so much of ourselves through our outward expression, right? So if you cut their hair, take away their looks, take away take away their skin, right? Even to go a step further, exactly, yeah. And so by removing all that, now they've got this empty vessel of the human to work with.
Yeah, and that's where they begin to push her. They push her. They push her for potentially days, weeks. It's not clear how long she's been there.
No.
When they finally say she's ready,
Yeah.
and that takes us to the nastiest and most grisly thing. We don't see it. We just see her being put into this
Contraption.
sort of like a. It's similar to like how a Halo, the Halo thing that they put. It's like a gyro. It's sort of like a gyro.
Yeah, it's a gyros. Not gyros.
They tie her into like a sort of like a gyroscopic
Imagine
circle thing.
Imagine instead of having a sex swing in your dungeon, it's a sex spear.
Yeah, so you see her stripped down and strapped to this thing, and then they show that it can be moved.
Right.
Yeah.
And then that's just like basically cut from there after the doctor starts doing whatever the doctor is doing. And she starts screaming.
They do show the doctor the initial cut, but they don't show anything.
We just don't know what he's doing. Yeah. We know that he's got a scalpel and he's doing something. But we don't know what exactly he's doing until the next scene where she's in the wheelchair with the blanket over her. And even still, we don't know until they pull the blanket off that he has, flayed her and removed all of her skin while she's still alive.
I think that makes it a little bit worse that you don't actually get to see it, because if you got to see it, it'd take away from the sense of like
It's the shock.
real to like, oh, this chick's only got a face.
It's the shock of them pulling, because the only thing you can see through the sheet that's over her, you can see blood coming through the sheet, and you can see her face.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing they didn't cut off was the very little bit of her face. That's the only thing they just go off.
Just like the actual face.
Yeah, under the hairline and like above the chin. Like that's all she's got left.
A spear.
Did you guys notice that like the evolution of how like they mess her up? She goes from being a fairly beautiful woman to looking more like Lucy, more disheveled, and like she has the similar like scars on her face. Yeah. And so she looked like Lucy, and then by the end she's just a face and nothing. So like she looked like she went from being normal person, well, normal as normal can be.
As normal as you could be as an abused child in
Yeah.
a psychiatric facility or whatever.
And then like, because if you see when you see her as an adult, her mouth is still a little bit messed up from like scarring and stuff, and then she becomes her mouth, like Anna's mouth looks messed up, her eyes.
I think they're deliberate. I think that's deliberate. Now that you mention it, I think they're showing her character finds out firsthand the sort of horrible things these people can do, what they did to her friend. Obviously, but she's the one they go. This is like the furthest.
This is way farther.
This is about as far as you can go. Yeah, peeling someone's skin off while they're still alive.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's all in an effort to make her the least human and the least her that they can. Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is like the big moment where the Madame comes, and they say that she's ascended or whatever, and we don't really know what that means.
No,
but it seems to suggest that she has, basically as we talked about, she's lost all hope. She's kind of went somewhere else.
yeah, a pain was so severe.
That she's not here anymore. She's kind of still here, but she's also there.
She's gone.
Whatever there is.
Body's alive, but mind is somewhere else.
Yeah. And so that's why they call, at that point, they call all of the members together to hear the big amazing message or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But we get another rug pull there because the Madame doesn't tell them. Like, she hears the message from Anna.
She's the only one.
The only one who hears it.
The one that hears it.
And whatever she told her either made her so hopeless that she committed suicide, or confirm that there's an afterlife, and the afterlife is so good that she wants to die and go there. Those are the two different ways that I thought you could read it. It's like
It's 3.
because she's already bald, which suggests that she has cancer, right?
Yeah.
The suggestion to me,
Who's bald?
The banana.
she wears a wig.
I thought she still had hair when she took.
No, when she took the bonnet off, she took her wig off, whether she's taking her eyelashes off and cleaning her makeup off.
I see. I missed the weak part. Yeah, I didn't even know.
So my assumption as to why she's in charge or the leader or why she's so desperate is that she's going to die soon.
Yeah, and either way, she's older, so that could be implied even without noticing that. The message was still clear to me, even though I didn't somehow catch that she was.
No, for sure. But I think that kind of is the reason I bring that up is because it gives credence to both interpretations. Because if you're in pain, dying of cancer, your life, no matter how rich you are, your life is not pleasant. So she could have found out that yes, Anna did see something.
Yeah,
And there is something there, and I could just kill myself and go there. Or you can interpret it as, oh shit, there's nothing, and this is all pointless, and I might as well just kill myself then.
yeah.
We did all this horrible things we've done were for nothing.
That was my biggest takeaway. There was nothing, and because her line "keep doubting," I watched the English dub. I don't recommend it, but if you find it, that's what you get. But so in the English dub, her line is "keep doubting" when the man comes to talk to her and say, "Are you ready to come out and tell us?" And she says, "Keep."
I think that's the exact same line. I watched it. Is it the original? Yeah, I watched it in the original.
I should use subtitles. And so to me, that is either "keep doubting" says either you're right, there's nothing there, and we've done all this shit, like you said, we've done all this shit to find it, and really there's nothing there to find, and now we've just brutalized people for the last X amount of years.
Yeah,
and then,
potentially decades.
Yeah, or that's what she's seen is either is like you said so horrible, or you took it as what it's so good she wants to go there. I thought maybe the alternative is that she has seen what's on the other side. It's even worse, and it's worse. And she's like, "Oh fuck that, I'm out." Yeah,
That's just what I interpreted too. Was it was much worse than
yeah,
because I guess the way Anna probably told her, because you could see a little bit of dread in her eyes as Anna's explaining to it with no skin on.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, that probably why she did it. But
The counter argument to that is that if it was so bad, why would she rush to it?
Yeah,
So that kind of knocks that one off the table.
yeah. I think it's either there's nothing or there's something, and then she decides that going there is better than being here.
Yeah,
So you could say she lost all hope and committed suicide, or you could say that she had hope and committed suicide, which is sort of interesting because so much of this movie is about watching a character lose all hope.
which is cool.
So if she lost all her hope at the end of committed suicide, that would be very poetic. But this is not a movie that's really interested in morality.
No,
Or right and reason. It's a movie about extreme people doing very extreme things.
yeah, I don't know. I love an open ending, especially when it's well done, and this is. I don't know why I was ticked off. I think I just was waiting for a finality to the message it was trying to give.
To me, I think it's more interesting this way, especially because these are people who want the answers too. So if we don't get the answer, we're stuck in the same situation as them. We're
Which is like
just as desperate.
Yeah, and I guess for me, it's like I was already that way before the movie, so to finish the movie and still be there, I was like, "Fuck you, man."
I think it very much is a fuck you though. It is purpose.
And I think you're right. That's what it is, and that's why to me, I lean much more towards the answer being that there's nothing, and the nun was like, "Well, fuck, we're just a bunch of monsters for no reason. Well, I might as well just peace out now."
Yeah.
If it's all for nothing.
Yeah, and I think that's either way. It's really interesting because I think the movie's also sort of a treatise on like human cruelty, just the horrible fucking things, and especially when they're showing all the pictures of all the atrocities and they're all real.
And I think that further plays to the message of like, this is what we do to each other, and that's it. This is as good as it gets. And
It's very dark
and
and very nutty.
with it. Yeah. This is our only spot, our only chance, and we use it to hurt each other.
being that me and Kyle didn't know about like the pictures being real. Like I would have thought those were just paintings someone made.
I actually kind of assumed they were real. They seemed like they real. That's why I googled it. Yeah, they seem,
Because I'm like these look very real.
I thought so too.
The details, because like I'm not somebody who goes Googling for dead bodies, but I have seen pictures of dead bodies. Like when I'm studying like the Holocaust or what have you, if you watch a documentary about it or you have an historical atrocity, you do see real dead bodies in a movie like that.
The first picture made me immediately think. I think it was the first one. Immediately made me think of some of the concentration camp photos that came out, and that's what I thought of instantly. I was like, yeah, that looks real.
Yeah, and it's horrendous. It is very, very disturbing.
Yeah, rough movie. And I mean, I know it's a big movie, and we're kind of shorter on runtime for what seems like a huge movie, but it moves fast and it gets to where it's going quickly, and leaves you with what it's trying to ask or say. Ask.
Either way,
It might either way. Yeah.
I think smartly after all this horror, it's sort of like life. A bunch of horrible shit happens and you don't have any answers.
Yeah, and I mean that's exactly it.
But the quest for the answers is the point of the movie, right?
Yes, but if your quest for answers is filled with nothing but the atrocities of your journey to get there,
Yeah. It
would it matter what the answer is?
I don't. For me, it would.
Yeah, I mean, if
But these people are desperate enough that they thought it was worth it.
if I kill and torture my way to the answer, and the answer is yes, there's a heaven,
If there's a heaven and a hell, you're probably not going.
and I guess maybe that's the other side of that question. And it brings me back to my third interpretation: is she did find out that there was a heaven, and then quickly realized she would not be going there. And if heaven's real, so is hell. If
That are rewrite.
if there's an afterlife and it's great, it could just be.
But you're not going there. I mean, you've been systematically torturing people. So that's never there.
And so if they're religious, which as a nun she is, she would have that idea in her head that, I'm a person of God, I'll get there, and then realizes, motherfucker, it's there.
Hence, then referring to those martyrs. Yeah, which is where the title of the movie comes from. A martyr, I imagine most people know this, is someone who's persecuted and killed for religious reasons. Totally, is the
For the beliefs, yeah, and is like bound to die for those beliefs, or maybe not willing.
and usually very, very horribly.
Yes, yeah, burned, hung,
Burned, just
Staked.
arms and legs cut off.
yeah.
Yeah, some horrible, fed to the lions, some horrible fucking way to die.
Yeah.
In the beginning, like before the movie starts, they have Alexander the Great's quote from the word martyr from the Greek translation, which you just explained, so I don't have to. Also, that term comes from Alexander the Great, which is kind of cool.
Oh,
It says I
saw the quote. I didn't realize he originated. That's
that's at least what the movie said. I don't know if that's actually true.
okay.
Cool. But yeah, because he was the one that started torture in Greece.
Oh, I see.
That's why they call him Alexander the Great, because he was the great torturer. If my understanding is correct. I don't speak Greek. I don't really read Greek mythology.
It's all Greek to me.
It's all Greek to me. If it's not anime, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Brady, do you have anything to add about with the movie wrapped up?
Fuck, this fucked me up. You told me to watch. You told both of us to watch What We Do in the Shadows later. Yeah, you watched. Since during the day, well, I was trying to eat breakfast. I watched the movie and then ate breakfast. I couldn't get through like the pounding, like the beatings. I couldn't do it. I waited till 4 o'clock to eat breakfast. Yeah. Because I started watching this really late in the afternoon. I was like, I can't do it. Yeah, I'll eat after and then go to work.
It's a very cruel and very nasty movie, and it doesn't leave you with like a lot of what you get with a lot of movies like this is a catharsis at the end.
Yeah.
And this movie deliberately doesn't give you that. It doesn't give you any relief. It doesn't give you any catharsis. You're left wondering if it was all for nothing or if there was a point to it.
That is the best way to put it, because you saying that makes me think of the experience of watching it and why it pissed me off. Because you go through all of that movie to get to the end and you're left with nothing, which is exactly what the movie does. Like, it puts you through, and that's what's in the movie. You're right, and that's what it wanted. It puts you through watching this woman get beat senselessly for half an hour straight at the end, and it's just like, yeah, okay, so what's my reward for watching this fucking horrible shit? And it's nothing. It's nothing. It's your reward is getting to sit and think more about it when you're done. Because that's what you're going to do.
It's to put the audience in the same place as the the people in the group.
Yeah.
Was this all for nothing, or was there a point to this?
Yeah. I wish
You're left with the same feeling as everybody else.
I wish all the people in the world that choose violence were made to watch a movie like this and then be asked, was it worth it? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Some people don't have a choice and that's all they're given, but it's like some people do have a choice and they choose violence or cruelty. And, I don't know. If they thought for half a second, maybe they would choose something different.
I mean, I guess does that pretty much sum up your final thought?
Yeah, I guess that honestly was exactly what I would have said for my thought.
My bad self first again. Yeah. So when Anna's on the phone with her mother, she calls her mother after Lucy kills herself, and Anna's mother is constantly saying, "Oh, that bitch, that whore, that fucking vagrant piece of shit junkie."
She's homophobic and realizes that their relationship may be of a romantic nature.
Yeah, and like this movie has so many layers in it that I didn't realize that did I watch this movie twice? The first viewing, I was like, I didn't get that. I was like, oh, so are the people that are torturing people also trying to figure out what's going on? Because like with a homophobic thing or with like trying to find some sort of being that you can't understand.
Maybe
Like a homophobic thing. Like
it could also be because there's a religious undertone to this whole thing.
Yeah.
They're doing sort of the dark side of that, which is there's a lot of dark sides to religion, but one particular dark side is this group of people is less than.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's okay to fuck with them.
Yes.
Because they don't matter as much as we do. It's like slavery, like any historical atrocity. The way you commit yourself to do is as we were talking before, to dehumanize these people and make it so they're less than you're more than, so you can do whatever you want to. Yeah.
If you can strip away the humanity from someone, you're able to do anything to them. Yeah.
Well, they're also not afraid to dehumanize a child because Lucy's 13, or something. And she gets really taken.
This is Dr. Sleep to like the fucking nth degree. Like,
I'm glad they didn't stay in that age range because that would have been a lot of fucking gross. If they were beating up 13-year-old girls instead of unknown aged women, that would have been even fucking worse. It was a very bad.
And I don't think they would want to put the kid actor through that.
I hope they would want to put audiences
or both. Yeah, that's what I mean. But I think
there's a limit.
Yeah,
there's a fucking limit.
Yeah. I mean, my final thoughts would be that this is, one of the probably top 5 most disturbing films I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it's a movie that I keep coming back to despite how unpleasant it is, because I think it has something really interesting to say.
It does.
About sort of human nature and the cruelty that we put each other through. And I don't think this is like, as we were talking about earlier with the gratuitousness and whatnot, I don't think this is it's gratuitous, but it's gratuitous with a purpose.
It's so grounded in its aggressive violence, with mild cuttings and beatings. Aside from the skinning part, that's wild, but it sticks with something that is very basic. You don't need to get crazy to fuck someone up. You just beat the shit out of them repeatedly is enough, right? Take away food, take away light, take away freedom. So I don't think it ever breaches into gratuitous.
It's how gratuitous, I guess. Like, does it really matter? Yeah, because I think it's gratuitous on purpose. Sure, no, I don't think it's
pushing the envelope.
I think you have to have something to say to do this, and how to be worthwhile.
Very true.
Because if I finished this movie and I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Just a bunch of horrible shit happened for no reason.
But that is
that's
the movie. That's why I was pissed off at first. But then you realize that's the fucking point.
Yes, is that we don't get any answers. There's no way to figure it out. We're all gonna die, and we have to just live with that one way or the other, and hope that it's not as awful as Anna's death. Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm. I might be overthinking this a little bit, but now that we've been talking about it, the three of us, I've been thinking about like, could this not really? It's not part of the Hellraiser franchise, but this could be like a precursor to any of the Cinemites, because they're torturing people to find a new thing, and it's.
I assume it.
You could. I could see the line you're drawing between it.
Yeah. Also, the skin getting removed. Sorry, doesn't hurt you to be part of the Hellraiser thing, but like
Hellraiser's a little more ecstasy and suffering. This still.
Well, I'm just trying to find pleasure.
Yeah, they still use that word ecstasy in this movie, but it's much less about,
Right, well, that takes us to the end of our Martyrs episode, but if I have any inclination of what's coming, I think it's going to stay in Pleasant for a bit.
That's me. I'm gonna keep it real happy. Let's another comedy movie, Funny Games, 2007 one, the remake, not the older one.
Nice. I mean, yeah,
Funny's in the title.
we might as well, if we're already in the nihilism hole, we might as well go all the way into the
Negative pitches.
which is another movie that's sort of very extreme and very violent, but has something to say.
I think so.
With those extreme levels of violence.
Yeah, I think it fits well.
Nice. Well, until next, coming back for a real funny time, we will see you in 7 days. And until then,
Keep your eyes open.
and road.